Hello and welcome to Talk with
Chanti and David.
David Lofi. We're back. We were not on last night because I went to go and do a speaking gig, but we're here tonight competing with the football. With football, isn't it? Or soccer?
Hey, we're going to cancel football.
Just for the show.
Just for the show. But I don't know. The commissioner, all that stuff.
Well, they just didn't think that the topic matter was that important because apparently
it's online dating.
Yeah, online dating is really important because you know that they're now saying about half of all relationships, and those are the people who would admit it. Because I'm not sure I'll ever admit to meeting my mate online. But they say half of all relationships these days start online.
Really? I think that's a good number. I don't really see a problem with online dating. I've heard some horror stories. Sure, there's horror stories. But if I met somebody at the grocery store, there might be a horror story there waiting for me.
It could be horror stories anywhere. You're quite right. I think what the thing that online dating does is it opens your horizons. You could meet people at a greater distance. You can meet certainly a larger amount of people than you would meet in real life. And for women, it's not that easy to go. Where do you meet men? I don't want to go and hang out at a bar. That's just not the right way to go and pick up a man. And when you go to the gym or you go to places like that, it's not it's not the right place to be checking out somebody in the mirror while you're working out and checking somebody else in the mirror. It's not.
I like the gym idea.
Well,
better than the bar. I guess you could meet him at a church function.
Yeah. Right. Ridiculous. Okay, so what we want to know from all of our viewers tonight.
I dated all the girls at the
We've got viewers at this point, so just remember that we need you to click like and let us know that you're watching the show. But what are we doing tonight, Lofi? Are we going to do like for me and heart for you, or heart for you and like for me?
I'll take hearts again.
Okay.
Unless you want hearts. It's all good.
You want to be the king of hearts, don't you, Mr. Loaf?
I'll be the king of hearts. There's a song about that.
I tell you what, to make it fair, we should say, if you don't want to vote for Lofi or me, if you don't want to choose between us because you're conflicted, click like. If you want to choose Lofi, he's the clown, click the laughy button, the smile.
I was going to say both of us.
You just smile, right? Give him a smile. And if you want to vote for me, give me a heart. Give me a love, right? Do it right away. And now what we need you to share, and we don't know if our talkers actually have the courage to share their dating horror stories or share their experiences on live broadcast, but I've got something to share, and you have too, haven't you, Lofi?
I have something to share.
Well,
it's a story.
We could make this show useful because not only are we going to talk about dating sites, but we're going to talk about the yes yeses and the no nos. I'm going to teach you boys how to attract girls the right way, how not to attract girls. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been on a dating site before. It was quite an experience, but I had such a good laugh looking at some of the photographs that men would put up. It was kind of really interesting, and then the descriptions are very interesting. And there are a lot of common factors in men's profiles and what they're looking for. They're all looking for no drama. That's one thing I've noticed. Almost every man puts no drama. Doesn't that make you wonder, are you guys just sick of drama or what?
It's a unicorn in this business.
Right.
Bigfoot.
We've started off very slow tonight.
We've heard of these women with no drama, but we've never seen them.
You've never seen them. They're a unicorn.
Like Bigfoot.
Yeah. All right. So share with us. First of all, tell us, do you think online dating is a good way to meet someone from the opposite sex? Or does it feel a bit like window shopping or looking through a catalog for your Russian bride, except you're looking for a local person? How does it feel to you? Just share your views with us and let us know honestly how you feel. Have you had any experiences?
I don't know. There's no messages in here.
No, I told you.
Nobody's really. I guess not yet. Nobody's putting any messages in.
Okay. All right. We just
wants to be quiet. We forgot to introduce our producer tonight.
Oh, yeah. Right. Let me introduce the great, the marvelous, the wonderful, the beautiful Tiffany Chai, who is our producer tonight. So say hi to Tiffany Chai. It rhymes. And Tiffany is not actually appearing on the show, but she'll be handling your questions if you have any questions, or she will be sharing with us all your quips, comments, questions. So fire away. Tell us something. Share what you feel about dating sites. Even if you haven't personally had an experience, tell us about what you know, what you've heard, what you think. You have views. Let's hear it.
Well, there's been some stories on the page. One was about somebody who met somebody for 8 weeks, and eventually that person, I'm not sure. I mean, 8 weeks went by, met her family, everything else, and then the guy turns out to be like this mass murderer almost guy, right? Well, he's abusive to his ex-girlfriends, not to her, but to ex-girlfriends. So it's kind of her horror story of online dating. But like I said, not all online dating is like that. I mean, one, I recommend, I mean, you could meet anybody and they could be the same scenario that person described. If you meet somebody, I think some of the best ways, in my opinion, let's talk about online dating. I think that some of the best ways is to meet them for coffee the first time, kind of get to know them a little bit. Don't just jump into, going out somewhere on a trip to the beach and stay with them for the weekend. I don't think that's really, you want to meet them because a lot of times it's not their picture. I have a friend who he would put his picture from like high school on his profile page, his Facebook profile page. I'm like, what?
Oh, I know.
And people say, is that a picture of that picture, Kurt? And he would go, yeah. No.
No,
not at all.
That's a bit weird. So
yeah.
we comment here. I've actually had good experiences with online dating, but not all my friends have. I think, okay, here's what to me is important is number one, if you're planning to actually seriously go on a date, then you need to be honest. Honest with your photos, honest with your information. Don't men lie about your height and your age. The biggest thing that men lie about is their age and their height. Women lie about their age and their weight. And their photographs of 20 and 15, 20 years old. Some men as well. Honestly and truly, a lot of men do not look like their photographs at all. So I think the important thing is to put your best foot forward, look your best, and share the truth. Be honest, because it's going to come out sometime. Now, okay, all right. So now I'm going to show you, I thought what we'll do is we'll do a little slideshow. And I know, as I say, we're competing with the football tonight. We changed nights as well. So we're a little thin on the ground. We don't seem to be having many of our viewers tonight. They're probably going to watch after the football live. So I'm going to show and share quickly a little slideshow that I put together.
Uh-huh. Let's see your slideshow. I want to see what a bad date is.
Well, I haven't shown all of it, but here we go. So let's look here. I thought I'd title this little slideshow, What Are You Saying? Because I look at photographs and I say, to me, I look at a photograph and I say, what are you saying with this photograph? And you're saying something, aren't you, about yourself? So let's look at these. Here's a chap. I'm not quite sure what he's saying in his profile picture with this. He is maybe saying, I'm looking for something.
That's a profile picture?
I swear to God, that was his. I was kind of staring at and wondering, what is he showing us and why? Is he showing us that he's a hippie?
No, I think it's the ability to balance on a rock while
looking down his
lifting your shirt, looking up down your pants. Yeah, I'm not sure what that.
He's also looking for something. A lot of men pose.
This guy too.
Posing in a hot tub. He's saying, "Come and join me in the hot tub." I think. All right. A lot of men like to show that they can play the guitar because it's romantic. But he's also noticed the guns. He's showing off the pecs. I mean, not the pecs, the biceps.
Biceps, yeah.
And the watch. Men are so interesting.
And the deltoids.
A lot of men, there's a lot of photographs of men showing off the muscles and the tats and the fact that they are in the gym. A lot of gym photographs. Very interesting. Nothing against men being in shape.
Do they work?
What, these men posing in the gym?
No, the pictures, yeah.
Do the pictures? I think men actually post what they want to see in women. That's what I think. I think they project. I don't think for a woman, if you're a very sporty woman, maybe this is important, but I think it's okay to have an image up, but you don't need to have. Okay, so David, it's your turn.
Oops. Well, it's my turn already to share mine.
No, because we've got to wait.
Oh, I like that one.
Wait.
Oh. Oh. Here we are. We're on Talk with David Lofi and Chanti and David. Tonight's episode is online dating, and we're going to give you a few tips. First, we're going to go through some funny things we saw or have seen online for online dating, and then we're going to go ahead and be talking about some tips and some bad stories, some horror stories. So that's kind of the concept of tonight. We're also going to be posting our videos to YouTube, where we'd appreciate if you subscribe, like, and share. And also do watch parties with our videos. Invite friends to the show. We have a lot of good information.
Drink while you drink while you think.
Have a group together. A lot of people meet as groups, and they'll watch the show. We normally do the show at 6:00 on Wednesday night, and tonight we're doing it on Thursday because Chanti had an event that she could not step away from last night. So,
but we have heard that there is a whole group of people meeting at a place and watching us. All of us watching on a television screen, and a few people have decided to do that. And we know that you have watch parties afterwards. So if you watch this after the fact, I hope you have as much fun as David and I have. We always have fun in our conversations. And today I'm showing you a couple of profile pics I found on a dating site.
Huh.
I'm trying to disguise the people, but let's see the next one. Okay. So this dude, I'd say he's incognito, but I mean, I'm thinking he might be married.
Maybe. Here I am.
Who posts a picture like this, really?
Right. I work. I do have a job.
Maybe that's what you're saying. He's completely covered up, even with glasses. I covered just in case. I put a little star over his eyes. Okay, this one. Okay.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, you need to avoid this kind of picture. You do not want to dress up as a rooster. This is not a good idea. I don't know what you're trying to say with this. It's not a good idea. Okay, maybe you're trying to say I'm fun. That's what I'm thinking. I'm fun. And you may be fun, but that's not a good profile look. And I'm fun, and me, not so much. Okay, I didn't really disguise his face enough. But anyway, some of the pictures, boys, smile, please. We want to know that you're happy. This guy, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him, but he's very serious. I would definitely go next if I see a serious face like this, or angry face. Check this dude out, David. He's got multiple choice on his t-shirt. Single, take it. In the garage building a race car.
That's his pick.
Yeah.
Oh.
No for guys. Do not pose with other women.
Really? Yeah, right?
Nah, especially, I mean, look at the guy in the shirt there with his ex. Nah. By the way, this dude contacted me and I said, listen, I don't think it's a good idea that you pose with another woman like that. And he said, no, it's not another woman, it's my daughter.
So Tom Volkanot says, technically I don't smile all the time, so I don't get smile lines. That's interesting. That's a good way to do it. I think the Kardashians follow that one, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. But I think for a profile pic, you could sort of smile, make yourself look less intimidating. Or look, if you want to be in character, being in character is a good thing. But I think if you look angry, you could frighten a lot of people off. You really could. Okay, next.
Yeah. Lisa Collins Forsyth says, so many men post those smiling type pics that are taken in their car or in the bathroom. So they take a lot of pictures of the bathroom shots or in front of their cars.
Okay, let me carry on. Look at this dude here. Now, I said don't pose with other women, but it's also not a good idea to pose with other men. I cut off the photograph off here.
I don't think it's good to have a blue dot over your face either.
Especially if the other dude is like twice your size, making you look tiny.
Now, did you add this? Oh, you add the little captions on the top. I did not do that on my little presentation.
I'm more prepared than you are.
Yeah, yeah, you call it whatever you want. What do you see mine? Now, is that a picture of a man? Don't wear heels in a
The
dress?
main profile picture of this guy is normal. He's a good-looking guy. And then somewhere in his photographs are these.
And this is him too.
This is him too. He obviously likes to, he actually, I think, mentioned something in the profile about liking to dress up. But he is a man and dressed in man clothing, and the next thing he's like this. No,
Yes.
each to his own. I'm not judging anybody, but that was kind of a surprise for me.
So, Marty says his profile pic, but I think he's talking about his Facebook pic is with his daughter. And then Shauna Lisa Warren Swanberg says she won't even take a second look at a man wearing sunglasses in this pic.
All right. Okay, now the other one, I don't know what happened up there. Our Cubs dogs.
I'm not sure what's wrong with that. We're taking
Nothing wrong. You know what? Woman cannot resist a man posing with a dog. But here's a problem. I don't mind a man posing with a dog.
Or babies.
I love dogs or babies. Yep. But the next one is when
I like it. I mean, why not just put the dog out there? It's cute.
Like, what am I dating? The dog or the man?
You get a dog with it. Oh, I like this. This is yoga with goats.
Oh, I've heard of yoga with goats, but I don't think it's a good idea to post it up as your profile on a dating site.
Maybe some people like goats.
No, it's something wrong with this,
I think it means greatest of all time. Oh, here we go.
Okay, let's take a look.
Mandy says no smiles. And
Wait, look at the facial expression here. Okay. Oh, and the other thing is men love to take pictures of their motorbikes, their cars, their boats, and their possessions. So they do like to do that to show you.
So Mandy Morrow, though, says she'd date a guy with a good dog. Speaking about dogs.
Yeah. Women do. We love dogs. And so men know that and they post. I don't mind a guy posing with a dog. I just don't know what I feel about just seeing the dog. Okay, so we've got this. We have the action heroes, the guys who show us that they are action heroes, surfing, biking. Look at this dude. He's got mud all over him. And then, of course, Plenty of Fish. And I believe there's even a site called Plenty of Fish. But here is the proof. Men love posing with fish. And then, sorry, but what is this? Is this just the ambient lighting that you're going to have when I come and visit you?
Wasn't me.
Yeah. And then this one. This was.
Did it say really? What the hell?
Winnie the Pooh for president.
Okay.
Let's end off with a good photo because, okay.
What's
So
this one? I think this is like Disneyland, right?
I know, but this is a
not?
guy in a relaxed situation, smiling into the camera. He's a good-looking dude, and he's got a nice.
Oh, it is Disney.
Yeah, so this is Disneyland or wherever it is. But okay, post pictures to show us in a setting. Show us your personality. I'm going to get out of the stop sharing so you can show us your horror stories.
I wouldn't say that's so bad.
No, I just said that's a great one.
Oh, so we're supposed to pick good ones too?
No, I didn't. I just said I thought I'd show one okay one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Because none of mine are.
So Jill says, love the dog because it makes you search the rest of the profile. So we say football night.
All right, so you see the whole thing. If I open this all the way up. So how's that look? Is that clear on the screen?
Oh my goodness, he's competing now. He's even got a
All right, so
like a whole.
what not to do? Okay, so I'm thinking the ladder, stuff in the background. You might consider your atmosphere, kind of like your picture at Disneyland.
She's got a flower in her hair, at least. She made that effort.
That's a nice flower too. I mean, that really is. That's the hibiscus, the white hibiscus.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I didn't want to cover up the eyes, but I don't think your high school prom pictures probably.
Donna says, I won't date a man who just plays a dead fish either. A lot of people.
Oh, well, wait. We're getting there.
Oh, no.
This woman cleans, drinks, and bathes.
She's got her rubber gloves on. What does that mean? What?
I'm assuming that's some type of thing. I have no idea. I'd be shooting in the dark for that one.
On Talk with David Murphy and Chanti and David, and we're talking about dating sites, online dating, horror stories, good stories. We want to hear the romantic happy ever after stories as well. And David Lofi is busy sharing all the what not to do from the men's point of view, what he does not want to see on a profile, on a lady's profile on a dating site. And I discovered today that my bestie, this man that I know so well, has been on Tinder.
I didn't know what Tinder was. Wait here.
Whoa.
Before you go there,
I found out.
like, you like watch late night TV or something, and Jimmy Fallon or somebody was talking about it. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that is. So I went and I joined. What I didn't realize the next day was I had an email box full of women and their boobs.
Showing you boobs.
Showing me their boobs. I was just like, what? And I guess there's even like a setting where you could say, I don't want boobs in my email setting.
Really?
But
men wouldn't want boobs in the email. Wait a minute, I've got to read some of the.
I know, but
wait, I'm going to read some of the comments. Jeffrey says, Mandy says, messy, oh boy. Jeffrey says, the pictures make it stop. Tom says, met somebody in real life.
I mean, come on. These are, well, I got more. I got better ones.
Yeah, she's a superhero. John says it's okay to invite someone to watch this podcast as a first date. Is it okay to invite someone to watch this podcast as a first date? What would you say, David? Would you
Absolutely
invite someone to watch this?
This is a lot of fun.
I think what you should do is,
and it's safe. It's a safe way to go. Hey, we can learn. This is the whole concept of the whole thing is about communicating. Why not bring somebody to communicate with, right?
Send them this video before you date them.
Yeah, bring them this video and see what they think.
All right, Loaf, go next.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
this is the sausage tie.
No, are you being
this is highly acceptable on Tinder. Other dating sites don't.
Oh my!
Okay, so this was.
Are you playing with me? Is this
New Year's?
Are these come on, David? Did you really find these, or was this a joke?
What? So here's some other winners.
I thought the boys were bad. The girls are freaking crazy. What's going on? I've never seen the girls' side.
I'm not sure what's with these ones, but here we go.
Oh, you want to date this one? Because she poses in a bikini in a puddle in the middle of the road. Come on.
In the middle of the city. This looks like downtown.
All right. Mandy says she's a superhero. John says, okay, wait. Jill says, priceless, the gloves in the bath. Lisa says it's great getting to see what other women put on their profiles. I agree. I think he needs to do this again. We need to do a whole nother show. I want to know what's on the women's profiles. John says amazing accessory. Wait, John. Lisa says Tinder is a meat market for younger people. Jessica says she's having wine and doing dishes in the tub. Yeah, we're multitasking, right?
Right. Get it all done at once. It's about saving water.
Right. Mandy says beds. Yes.
It's about saving water.
Okay. All right. So now we can move on because the comments are coming.
Okay.
Oh,
nothing like you're out golfing and you just caught an alligator in the lake.
She's burning the golf clubs.
You got to cook the alligator somehow. How do you?
Okay, so she's burning the. Okay, all right. I think there are a lot of men out there who would say she's hot, but
this is. Yeah, I think that's kind of more of a pose, something else picture. So
okay.
This is a real winner. I like the Indian rug.
Jimmy says, is this like the horror of dating sites, right? Yes. Marty says, I'm with Chanti. There are limits to stuff. Oh, thank you.
Girl.
I'm dying. Oh my God, no. I almost disappeared into my background. You see what happened? I got such a shock.
What's wrong with this picture? She's just saying
banana.
She likes potassium.
And then
do you blame her?
Okay, listen, you.
Oh, wait.
What now?
I lost. All right.
Stop sharing.
I'm going to stop sharing. I got to come back to one picture. I got to share another picture because for some reason, it's not in here.
All right. That was enough. I am sweating.
No. I got a better one. This one's the best.
Oh my God. Jill says she's peeing her pants. Right, Jill? I'm dying here. I cannot believe that women are. Listen, girls, please don't subject the men. This is too much.
I do have the best picture here. I've got to share this. All right. I've got to share this one.
Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. I'm in total.
This is the best one yet.
Oh,
Your fish picture.
what is that fish?
That's a catfish.
Oh my God. And she's
That's an Ozark catfish. It looks kind of like a big tadpole though, but
no. Come on.
Actually, I think that might be, that's like a catfish from like Indonesia or something. That's like an.
What is she saying with this?
That fish is as big as her.
It's one of those bad fishing stories. No, she's trying to say to the men, you know what? You think your fish is big. What?
Yeah. You haven't seen a fish till you've seen this one.
Oh my God. I'm in total shock. I'm just, okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. I've completely lost all the comments here. You can learn a lot. I love this comment about why people are single from dating sites.
Right? They haven't figured it out.
At least
she's the winner.
Look at the smile on Lofi, right?
It's hilarious. Hey, not that all of those.
Now
that's not what I found. There's stuff on different datings or different sites and stuff. Those are not. I didn't even get those from a dating site.
Okay. All right. Well, Jill says that fish one. She said that's grandma dying.
Yeah.
Candy says why? Question mark.
Why?
That's what she's trying to say.
Well, John says, what a catch. What if is that John Coister?
John Blastone. Jeffrey Coister.
Oh, Jeffrey Coister. That's right.
Lofi. If you massacre his name.
Well, the last names aren't on there. I usually used to sing him. I don't know. What?
Lofi.
What does catfish woman need a man? I don't know.
I need your eyeballs on the screen for 1 second. Look at me. It's Jeffrey Coistra. We already had this bet and you lost. Coistra.
Coister.
Jeffrey, I've given up on this.
I said it perfectly. Coister, tomato. Okay,
everybody, by the way, if I'm looking tired, it's because I am really tired. My eyeballs feel like they're about to just fall out. Okay, Lisa says, if that's my competition, why am I still single? Good question. Did you see the male photographs I posted up? That's why I don't know. I mean, I really don't know how to answer this.
Well, Manuel says they smell the same.
No.
I know that guy. Anyway, Stephanie says, I thought the men were scary. These women are insane.
Well, listen, I could have posted up worse. I didn't. I was sparing you girls the worst of the men. I have had some men that I kind of wonder if it isn't a joke. Pictures. There was one guy, he was so hairy and he was wearing a pair of tidy whities in the photo. And he was so hairy, it was like, no, come on. It was like,
yeah, take out the sweater, dude.
I hear volunteeringmatch.org is a good place to meet people.
Volunteering match. Maybe. What was the other one you heard?
John says, I think the banana girl and the catfish lady should hook up.
Nothing like fish and bananas. It's good. It's good. You got some potassium and what's fish got in it?
She's hoping to
vitamin E.
She's hoping to hook a man to replace that fish. There's something fishy about that picture. I'm sure.
I don't know why it wasn't in there, but it was supposed to be in my lineup. Because men always talk about these men with their fish pictures. I wanted to get a woman with her fish picture. maybe she's trying to like attract the men with fish pictures, right?
That's what I think these women are doing, because they never used to pose with fish before. Now they think, okay, the men like fish because they keep on holding onto these fish.
Mhm.
So maybe I need to just pose with a fish.
If I had a fish or a fishing pole.
Luffy, you need to catch up. Just when I want you to look at the chat, you don't.
Well, you started another conversation. Anyways, this is Real Talk with David Lofi and Chanti Niven, and tonight we're talking about online dating. Make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe, like on our Facebook page. Like tonight, if you like both of us, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
If you like Chanti, give the evil face, the mean face.
No,
the heart. Like me, I'm the smiley face. Oh, you're the heart?
Yeah, I'm the heart and you're the smiley face. Laugh at David, love me, and like us both.
What, like I'm funny? That's what you're trying to
say? You are funny. It's what we were told the other night by Jeffrey. He says that you got a good sense of humor. At least you got to have something good. All right.
Jeffrey Koistra?
Yes. Catfish lady just wants you to know what to expect from her.
Why not?
Mandy says need a bigger fish.
Was she right? Well,
Tom, by the way, we love you. I do anyway. I love your comments. I love your input on the site, and I think you're awesome. I feel better about myself just now. You should. Anyway, if you want to know what I would look for on a dating site, just to
wait. This is good. Manuel says he met his 2 ex-wives online.
Is that why they're both exes?
Like,
okay. So what I would look for, if I'm looking for a profile, obviously everybody, let's just be honest, we do look at the photographs, because the photographs, they say a photo is better than 1,000 words, right? But they all look like in a photograph. So you got some guy who's dirty and got unkempt hair and his eyes are pointing in different directions, you're going to go next. So you do, the first thing is obviously looking at that. But if I'm reading a profile, I'm looking for someone who's he's got a little bit of humor and he's got some smarts. Oh my gosh, some of those profiles, we should do a whole nother show on this. And I'm going to share what is written on the profiles. This is the funniest thing. it just blows my mind. Or the things that they say to you to hook you in. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, let's read some. Connie says, those fish pics are the biggest turnoff ever. They run a close race with the bathroom selfie. Here, sister.
Yep. And Jill says, what's the point of a fake dating profile?
I'll never get it. I'll never, ever understand it. Okay. Manuel says, bigger fish need a bigger pole. What is he? He's trying to say something with it. Lofi's trying to keep a very straight face. What are you talking about, Manuel?
I have no idea what he's talking about. I can only assume when you're fishing, the bigger the fish are, the bigger the pole you need, right?
It's reminding me of the conversation that's on the Uncensored group, and I'm going to skip over this. Tom says, I only watch this because I love your accent. Oh, thanks, Tom. Did you remember to give me a
Lisa says, I met a guy online on an online dating site that actually robbed a bank. Now, was that part of his profile? Hi, I'm John, I'm Mike, your normal, regular bank robber, right?
Oh, Lynn let me know, one of our members, that a lot of dating profiles are prisoners in jail.
Is that right?
Looking for someone to add to their, what's that, commissary account, or to come
in jail. Right.
It says they genuinely are jail people.
Send me $3 and a picture of you.
Has a story about fake dating profile. Okay, John, share the story about the fake dating profile. If you'd like to call in to the show, is that something you'd like to do, or what, John? We could just let us know. Let our producer know, Tiffany, and she will let you know how to get onto the show if you want to.
A story about fake dating. Oh, he has a story. Okay.
So what about a vacation home? Jane, what do you mean?
What about a vacation home?
You know what? I was made an offer once by a guy I met on a dating site. He said to me, after I turned it down, he said, well, how about I take you on vacation? I'm going on this trip and I'll take you on a vacation, no strings attached.
Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about some do's and don'ts in dating profiles. Like your profile, make sure the bio, does you justice. That it's, for a woman, that it talks about maybe things you like to do. Don't too much the I stuff, but things you like to do. And I don't know a lot of guys, like if I was on a dating site, I don't want to have somebody who had some interest that I had interest in, not all about your interest. But I would think so. So that the profile picture, we already talked about that. That's the crazy part, right? Stay safe online. So make sure that you're considerate of what type of information you're providing when you're talking to somebody online. You're not telling them necessarily where you live or your address or where you work, or maybe even your Facebook page. You might, before you even go to things like your Facebook page or anything else, or even your name, you might exchange numbers, maybe meet for coffee, or just maybe meet for coffee at a certain time without exchanging numbers.
We thought about that would be really cool. There are in some of the sites doing verification of your photos, which is one thing, but I think it would be very cool if they had a dating site that had a little bit of a mini video. And obviously I'm a speech presentation coach. I teach people how to speak and to present themselves. And I think that I tell much more from somebody speaking. Like you're looking at David right now, you can tell a lot more about his personality than you can from a flat image. And the same would go with me. I mean, you look at my images, but when I'm talking, my personality comes out, and then you can start to tell, what's this person like? Who are they? And I think that if they had to have a dating site with just a very short little intro video, for me anyway, I would immediately be able to tell if this is a person that I'd be interested in knowing further. What do you think, Liv?
I'm not against it, but you might also get a misinterpreted type video too. It may not actually give who they are. Maybe they're different in person. Maybe. Because as you know, it's not easy to get in front of a camera and talk to the camera when you start out. It's never easy. There's a lot of things you got to learn about the camera and understand what happens with the camera. So it could totally bring another dialogue that's not really you. When you meet somebody in person, because it's something you're used to doing, the picture and the profile, meeting them for coffee, that's my opinion now.
There's some interesting ones.
So, I want to go back up. We're back at the bank robber. Jeffrey said, the bank robber knows how to get money. That's a plus. I thought, okay, that's interesting.
Lisa says, when we were getting to know each other, we realized we were from the same area, and then he told me he was the one who robbed this bank. This is the guy. Oh my God.
Okay.
Jane, can you believe what you see? Jane, this is the absolute truth. You could even get somebody who does look like their profile pic, but until we meet somebody in person, it's very difficult to know whether you're going to click or hit it off. And I think there's.
That's where you go to coffee. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Go to coffee in a public place. I think the first step would be to have a phone conversation. I was on a dating site, and hundreds of comments or messages later, I wouldn't even know how to choose. Women get a lot of messages. So
I don't know if I would go to a phone call either. I mean, what next? The person's.
If I'm interested in someone, they've sent me a decent message, and I thought, okay, I'm interested in this person. I want to speak to them on the phone first.
Oh, you give them your burner number.
Well, no, I mean, you can always block somebody on the phone. I'm just saying, if you've had a chat online and you.
That's true.
Change some words. And then you say, okay, next step is phone. Voice tells me a lot about a person. Then the next step would be maybe FaceTime, so I can see them on video. So I want to see their face and see them moving. And then the third step for me would be, okay, let's meet. But I want to know them first, because as I said, for women, it's overwhelming. I was on a dating site for a couple of days, and there were just so many messages. I was like, I don't know what to do with all of that. And then I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to make anybody feel bad. And so I'm being polite. And in the meantime, I'm just being besieged, and it's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
And So it's very difficult. Okay, so Alicia says, I ignore profiles with sexual innuendos. I think it cheapens things. Oh, hello. I'm looking for someone of quality.
Yeah.
Never used a dating site. I prefer to find my friends through actual human interaction. I have a hard time even commenting. Well, Marty, that is the ideal way to meet people. That's the way that we were supposed to, and that's the way we did many years ago. But when you get to a certain age, say 40 and above, it becomes harder. It really does, to meet people.
Or place to go where there's people your age group. That's one thing about this site is there are, but I think that actually there's a little bit different. I don't think that online dating's, you're going to have to go through a lot of stuff. I don't know. For women, it might be different.
Well,
I don't see it as anything necessarily bad, but I think it's an opportunity for somebody to meet somebody rather than in a bar and kind of look at the profile. The problem I think today is that a lot of people don't put a lot of information or good information about their profile. They just kind of put stuff out there. So,
Janelle says, I'd like to do a background check on a guy before saying yes on a date in the future. And there are a lot of women I'm hearing are saying that they even do, you know, they'll check somebody out completely. And I understand this. Men always find that a little bit of a woo, because I don't think they do that as much. But women are in a particularly precarious and dangerous situation. You don't know who you're meeting up with. You don't. And I think for women, that's a big, big thing. It's scary. And a lot of people know this, that I had a stalker for 4 years. 2 years were ridiculous. He went to jail in December 2017. He would not, David Lofi knows about him. He just would, and he is still connecting and trying to contact me. So having said that, I want to say, ladies, please be very, very careful. You don't give your information out. I had to move. I had to get my address unlisted. I've had to be very cautious about my information online. It's really scary. So do be careful about that. Okay.
So Manuel, first Deb says, yes, video would be good, right? So, and Manuel says the internet is filled with people who are not afraid of video.
John says coffee is a winner. And it's time for me to tell you that we are on Talk with Chanti and David Lofi. And tonight we're sharing online dating sites, the horror stories, the good stories. We want to hear some good stories too. And we want you to give us a like if you like the show. Give David a smiley face. Give me a heart. David's a joker, so he's going to get the smiley faces tonight.
So Tom says, before I leave and I go on my adventure tonight, crazy people are attracted to me. What can I do?
What's Tom? That's one thing I want to know as well. How do you determine if somebody's crazy? One thing for sure is this: if their eyes don't touch the tops, it's probably a crazy sign. Look.
If their eyes stay like this constantly, don't blink. Yeah. Probably a good indicator.
Okay, if David Lofi had a wonderful experience once and that he met a person once and then she texted him and said, where are you going or what are you doing or whatever, and he said, I'm going to a movie. And she said, with who? He'd met her once.
I didn't meet her.
Oh, you didn't meet her?
I never met her. I exchanged numbers, text, and she kind of like, oh, hey, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm going to the movies. Who are you going with? I just never replied.
Oh.
It kind of felt like I've only texted you like twice, and that's your third question or the third text question. It's like, wait here, because it was kind of forward. It's kind of you know my past, so you get worried about, am I in a scary relationship? I think you just look for signs, Tom. I mean, that's it.
But Xavier, sorry, I'm missing a few. But Xavier says, I want 3 letters of recommendations from exes. What happens if you, like me, have only had 2 exes? One's dead. But I will say this, both my exes, even after they were my exes, were continuing to chase me and wanting me back. So maybe that's a good recommendation, right? Let's go back up. We're missing a lot.
Yeah, we missed a lot of them. They're keeping really fast. So Manuel, he's always saying this. I bring a girl to ice cream. If the date's bad, at least the ice cream is good, right?
Daniel, you're such a jokester.
Kathy says, I know, craving a cup of coffee. And now I'm craving a cup of coffee. Lisa, I have anxiety. It's so hard.
You have to kiss a lot of frogs. Listen to
right
it.
away.
Oh my God, all the messages are coming. Blah, blah, blah. Holly says you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you meet the prince. That's the big part I think I want to share with everybody online today, is that really online dating is kind of like a job. It's a chore. It's a lot of work. And you do have to go through a lot of people, and you got to, I just didn't have enough hours in the day to actually do it, which is why I ended up flaking on it, because you just don't. I mean, I don't have time to go on all these dates, but there is a lot of men. For women, you got to go through, meet a lot of men before maybe you'll find the right one. All right.
You know, and it might be even on the bad day with that person, might just be a bad incident, you know, so it's
Right.
very, I mean, in any situation, dating just in general is
Oh, we got so many.
a little job.
We're missing out.
So,
Tom says I get 5 miles per gallon. I'm not stalking anybody. That is so good.
Have a big vehicle.
Alicia says favorite search engines to do background checks is Spokio. Good tip there. John says this is important to share with someone and plan something you are comfortable with. If he's not understanding of that, you know what you need to do. Oh my goodness, we're getting so many comments.
Mandy says there's not enough time to share horror stories. Lisa Collins is like,
we can just hear them in the group, right?
There's good crazy and bad crazy. Yeah, they can kind of see him.
Yeah.
Holly says, I like the video idea, which I think a lot of people do. It's good practice. And a chance to practice, she says too.
Yeah. Possessiveness is gross. I think, you know what, here's a funny, I don't mind a little bit of possessiveness, and if somebody's just a little, because it kind of makes you feel like they care, but outright jealousy, one thing I will never be able to handle is somebody who is trying to control your every move. Where are you? What are you doing? That's such a turn off, I think, for males. And
when are you going to be back? You were gone for 11 minutes. You said you'd only be gone for 10.
Mandy says the last online date ended in me calling the police to get my car keys back after I refused another date. He took her keys, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, Mandy. That is horrific. But what? Like, take your keys and go. I'm gonna give you your keys back.
That's crazy.
Now that is crazy. That is. You don't need a background check for that. That's crazy.
Okay. Manuel says group activities are great. I'm not sure.
Okay, we're not talking about that on.
And anywhere else says, I just never want to own someone. At first, I thought she said she wanted to own someone. So I wanted to go over some other things that I found too, like maybe not messaging the person too much at first.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes, like we talked about in the one show, how do I get somebody in dating to get rid of them? You keep texting them, hi, what are you doing? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? They'll be like, nothing. What are you wearing? Khakis.
Okay,
look at you. Anyway, so leave Facebook stalking out. That seems to be a big thing, I imagine.
Good advice from Stephanie. My way to stay safe while online dating, if I chat with somebody online, make good connection, I check out their Facebook page to see if we have friends in common. You better believe I text any friends who know them to make sure they are dateable and safe to meet.
Really? If they have anybody in common. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a little.
And the one problem is somebody's talking about getting references or testimonials from exes. Do not, if you date David.
Yeah, that'll work great.
Do not ask for a testimonial from his ex.
Yeah, get a testimonial from my ex, and I'll give you one for her.
No, she will not give him a good testimonial. I will tell you that. She's very, it's, you know what they call it, dog in the manger. I don't know why that expression came up, but she can't have him, so she wants nobody else to have him. Nobody.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm surprised her boyfriend doesn't say to you, like, she's got a boyfriend. I don't like. I mean, why would you post stuff like? Does your boyfriend think anything weird about the stuff you're posting after like 2 years?
Well, since I've been
like, when do you get over it, right?
I've been a close buddy for long enough, and I've been a witness to all of this stuff. One of the things I found very odd is, like, 1 minute she's begging you to take her back.
Yeah.
Like, literally begging you to take her back, and the very next minute you're a pig, and you're a this, and you're a that, and you're that. Well, because you rejected her.
I think I've been called about all of them.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I didn't reject though. That's not true.
What she feels, because you
Yeah,
said
she feels rejected. She made an option, and I took a long time to make a decision on what my terms or what I felt. And in the midst of that, that person was reacting to things. So I mean, look, I take a long time to make decisions on big items. When I buy a car, it's 6-8 months for me to buy a car. And I'm pretty sure a marriage of 17 years is a pretty big thing that I'm going to take a little bit of time on deciding what I want to do.
okay, listen, you listen to all the good comments. By the way, we're on
It's not your fault. Anyways, avoid mentioning the ex when you're on a date or anything. You could just imagine going on a date and, oh, what about your ex?
Talk about their ex. Oh, that happens a lot, by the way. Avoid men who are separated. Please. If they're separated and they're not divorced yet, girls, stay far away. They're not ready for dating.
They're never.
They're not. They're ready for hookups. They're not ready for dating. They will break your heart. Trust me.
Okay, so we get some of these in here. What about all the sexting these days? It stuns me. Why don't I get any sexting?
I think sexting can be fun with one person.
What's sexting all over? I don't know what is she talking about. Who's sexting her?
But what's the point of sexting, actually? I'm just going to say this. What's the point of sexting? So you've got your phone in your hand, right? Hold on. Phone in your hand. And then you've got presumably something going on with the other hand. I don't know. But how does it work? Huh? Hey, David, you've got a job to do.
Oh, well, I was going to actually get down there, but we'll go ahead and I'll do it because we're here live on Real Talk with David Lofi and Chanti and David. Tonight's our Thursday. We're doing it on Thursday night because Chanti had another event yesterday, but our show normally it's 6 o'clock on Wednesdays. Make sure you like and subscribe to our Facebook, our YouTube page, and like our video, and even do maybe a watch party with this one and invite your friends.
By the way, somebody said it's very apropos that we meet on a Wednesday night. They didn't use those words. That's my words. Said, I think it's a good night for you and David to meet on Wednesday night because it's hump day. Okay. I don't get
Camels? I don't know.
Apparently hump day is a good day for us. Yeah. All right. So here we go. The guy
Maybe
who got him to date wanted me to talk to his ex-girlfriends to find out about him.
What? Where are you at?
Maybe
Did you read Jessica Lynn?
He set them up. He blackmailed them into saying good things about him.
Oh, we're gonna go down. Okay.
Oh, by the way, like the show, please give us a thumbs up. If you like David, give him a smile because he needs his fragile ego needs it. If if you like me, by the way, we should.
My fragile ego. No, I have a fragile ego.
Yes, and if you want to make me feel better, because look at my poor eyes, they're hanging off my face. If you want to make me feel better, give me a heart. Give me a little heart. If you want to save.
And remember, we're always competing.
We're always competing.
So.
We're siblings. Jeffrey Coistra says exes are exes for a good reason. That's it. There's got to
So guys and women are just like that, Billy Braun says.
And one of them are being that they lie about you and to you. We had that with Jeffrey Coistra, and he is going to appear on a future show. He is actually a really interesting man. We're going to have a show in the future about narcissism and about people who have been in a relationship with a narcissist. Oh. And a lot of the time it's the woman talking about that, but we really want to share and hear from men because you guys very often are quieter about your experiences. So yeah, if you are at a watch party, make sure you share the page. Maybe we should do like a posting and then people can share underneath if they're at a group of people to get together, and that'd be great that they watch the show together. We'd like to know. We've heard that there's groups 5, 6, 3 people, whatever, get together and watch the show all at the same time. So couples get and watch the show. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Janelle asked if I'm feeling better. Thank you very much, Janelle. I'm feeling much better today, but I'm sure I look a little rough after a couple of days. Not feeling so great. Holly,
Yeah.
there's one trap I noticed was getting into was talking about all the online dating crazy dates while on my coffee date. That's too tempting for words. Of course you're gonna chat about those dates. David and I have chatted about our experiences. We had a good laugh at some of them.
I chatted about some tonight. No, I think they're good. They're good. I've actually talked to other people, and it makes for interesting conversation because one, you're both in the middle of this person may not be the person for you, right? So you're getting information. They're providing their horror stories. You're providing your horror stories. I mean, I wouldn't go overboard about the soccer person or whatever in your horror stories, but one person told me about somebody they went on a date with, and they had just done the injection into your face. What do you call that? Botox, right? And the person was like this. I can't even do it. Like from chin to side.
Marty says, as beer shoots out my nose. Mike. What day? Manuel says, get nervous if the ex gives a good review.
Well, I wanted to cover a few more things. We've only got a few minutes left. Remember that you can always be selective in a date. So these are things that I found that I thought might be helpful. Offer to pay. Don't lose yourself in the process of this. Remember who you are in the process of dating and enjoy the experience of online dating. It's not necessarily a bad way. There are horror stories, but there's horror stories if you meet somebody anywhere else. If you're looking for your profile, try to make it be a little creative, be a little exciting. If it's like, hey, I sit at home all day and work on my computer and hang out with my dogs, then you're gonna sound boring like me. That's how my life really is. So I'm home every day, all day.
Halfway through the stuff, I had some great ideas to share with the boys to teach them how you can have any woman your heart could possibly desire. If you listen to me, look at Lofi. I've been teaching him, and look, he's got thousands of women after him. I can teach you how to be the most desirable men in the world if you just listen to me. But I think we don't have enough time on this show. We're going to have a whole nother show. I will say this now. What's the best dating sites to use? One thing I want to mention about this, Jill, because I really don't know. I haven't had a lot of experience with dating sites. But why don't we have some form of people can give their input on the group, share the experiences you've had on the group.
Yeah, in the group. What's the best dating sites? That's a good question. Maybe some other people can have it.
And one thing I wanted to think would be a good idea for a dating site, we had the little video. I like the idea of just saying, hi, my name's Chanti, and a little bit about me, because then I can see a moving face. The second thing I'd like to see is somebody else, a friend, sharing, or a questionnaire from friends. So you get 2 or 3 other people sharing, what you're like. Because, how do you explain yourself? I don't know how to tell people what I'm like. That's the profile is the most difficult thing to fill out.
So Alicia Lyon says, you like that catfish. Anyways, I think that, fewer eyes too. It's like what I was going back over. Fewer eyes in your profile. Use the proper spelling and grammar. Pretty important. It's important for the, because you maybe just kind of read back over what you wrote. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure that all the information is spelled correctly. Usually that's pretty easy, but does it make sense? Is it coherent?
I've got a really hard time with that.
I have what?
Never mind.
Are you talking head?
You must have. Did you spell check on? Oh, I touched a nerve.
Did I spell check on what?
Never mind. We're getting to the end of the show. Yep.
Don't include these common faux pas.
We have 30 seconds left. We have to.
That is my 40s. I made some of the dumbest mistakes when I came across your profile. I wrote things. So we got more. We're gonna do a whole show on this because there's so much. I got tons of research and information. I spent a whole week on this, and I'm not even able to get it out. Jesus. All right.
That's what she said too. My background and my hair are all getting intermelded. There's something very wrong with my.
You need a light in front of you.
No feet.
Remember how I used to have lighting issues? Hey, you know what time it is?
All you do is talk.